Okay, so today we're looking at 3 different gravel bikes and 3 different bike packing setups that kind of suit those bikes best. This is probably the raciest of the 3 bikes that we've got. It's a full carbon Look 765 gravel bike. Super lightweight and nimble when it's unloaded, and it almost feels like a bit of a shame to strap too much luggage to it. So we've gone for a minimalist setup on this. Up front we've got the canister bag, which is perfect for a spare waterproof, maybe some spare food in there as well. We've got the top tube bag, which is kind of really designed for food on the go. Really easy to open and access while you're riding along. One thing to point out about this particular top tube bag is these straps here are actually for the frame bag. Top tube bag is bolted on. We're seeing more and more bikes coming with mounts on the top tube there for that, so we're taking advantage of that. And there's 2 Allen bolts that go through the base of the bag and connect that to the frame. Now it just keeps it a little bit more sturdy and removes the need for one of these straps. Frame bag, this is the small frame bag, so there's still room for 2 bottles there. Great for tools, spare tube, maybe a small lock for when you do get to a cafe stop. And then we've got the seat pack, fully waterproof, so I'll keep all your clothes dry. Is great for if you are doing an overnighter, then you can just about squeeze some spare clothes in there. This time of year in winter, then it's great for maybe a down jacket for when you do get to the cafe, stop you getting too cold as well. This is a beautiful Enigma titanium gravel bike, and the setup that we've got for it is anything from an overnighter where you want to bring a fair bit of stuff through to 1 to 2 weeks worth of gravel bike touring. This is new for Restrap, the fork bag. Quite a few modern gravel bikes are coming with the attachments for a cage here on the fork. You can see the cage just there. There's a few different brands that make the cage, but not many people have got a bag that will fit into it. Bags are really good for things like the odd spare layer, like a down jacket, something that you might want to pull on when you come to a halt. I've also used them for things like a Jetboil stove as well, really good for that. One of the nice things is it keeps the weight nice and low down on the bike. It does change the handling slightly, but you get used to it really quickly. While we're at the front of the bike, then we've got bar bag, which I tend to keep something like a sleeping bag and a bivvy bag in, stuff that you're not going to need to get hold of too easily while you're riding, just because it's a little bit more of a pain to do that, particularly when you're on drop bars. We've got a front pouch there, which is useful for bits and pieces of food, things that you want to get access to on the go. And feed pouch, which as it sounds, great for storing food in. You can open that one-handed, keep some bars, some nuts, sweets in there. The frame bag, I tend to keep spares in there, so spare inner tube, spare tools, that kind of thing. And equally, because this has got 2 zips, then keep things like passport and travel documents on the other side as well. And finally we've got the saddle bag. That's kind of useful again for spare layers, something like the stove as well if you haven't got the fork bags, and keeps everything nice and stable at the back there too. This is the Palago Scavenger, which we've got set up with kind of around the world, carry as much as you possibly can do setup, using most of our luggage systems. This, as it stands, probably carries about 100 litres or so, so if you can't fit it in here, then you're probably doing something wrong really. If we do a quick rundown of the bags, starting at the front, we've got our rando bag here, which sits nicely on top of a rack. Is great for access on the go. As you can see, we've got mat pockets, stuff that you want to just kind of keep an eye on as you're riding. It's great to store in there. In the main body of the bag, it's really great for any food that you pick up along the way, that kind of thing, stuff you want to get hold of relatively easily. Lower down we've got panniers, and we've got those front and rear. it's kind of the stuff that you probably don't want to access too much during the day, but sleeping bags, tents, cookware, that kind of thing, plus spare clothing, etc. as well. Further up the bike, we've got the tech pack on the bars here. Now, this is fully waterproof and it was designed originally for something like a small camera or your phone, but it works equally well as a place to just store some snacks to get out on the go. And then as we move to the back of the bike, so we've got panniers at the rear, and we've also got a dry bag here, which is attached via the luggage straps onto the rack, and they're super easy to open. There we go, 1 and 2, and you can see how they attach onto the rack there, and it's super easy just to clip those back into place. And you can see that there's just slightly elasticated, so nice and easy to cinch down and hold that secure. It's fairly unlikely you're going to be taking your laptop to camp in the woods, but if you are on a longer trip, then sometimes needs must, you need to bring a laptop or a tablet with you, or equally if you're just using the panniers for commuting. So this is the tablet pouch, but as you can see we've got a couple of clips there. It simply drops into the pannier, and there's a couple of clips on the side of the pannier bag that just clips straight onto like that and holds it in place.